Well, hey guys, Big A coming to you live from the station Camp Greenway. It's a little bit rainy this morning, but you know what that does is it gives me the Greenway by myself, and I can't wait to take this walk. Listen guys, are you willing to take a risk? This is something that has been in my mind my entire career. I am absolutely willing to take a risk, and I've done it numbers of times. I can't even begin to tell you. You know, it's a good thing that I'm not a gambler, because I'd push all the chips in. I have to stay away from Las Vegas because, man, I love a risk. The Art of a Deal is a great book if you've never read that book. It talks about risk in that book, and I want to talk to you about it just for a moment. Many people today are not successful at being an entrepreneur because they're scared to death. I asked Robin the other day, I said, why is everybody so scared of everything? I mean, like, we've got one life to go through, and if you're going to live it conservative, over to the side, never taking a risk, never venturing out, I don't know, that sounds pretty boring to me, and I don't want to do that. And I don't want you to do it either, because, listen, there is no gain where there is no risk. And the higher the risk, oftentimes, yes, you do maybe fail sometimes and it doesn't work and you have to start over. But I couldn't sit on the couch thinking, what would have happened? How could it have been? Would it have worked? That would kill me. I would absolutely just die if I thought I was going to live that conservative and never take a risk on anything at all. Now, I'm not suggesting that you put your family at risk in any way. But there is a certain percentage of your income that you should be willing to go out and learn and do new things and really have an opportunity to excel at something in your life. I remember buying real estate years ago. I went to a real estate auction. I was 27 years old, and I bought a building. And there was another guy there named Ralph Friedman. Ralph owned Friedman's Army Surplus, and he had a great business across the street, and he wanted that location. Well, just down the block, I had a business too, and I wanted that location. It was a bigger, nicer place, and I was scared to death. I went to the auction. There were about 100 people there. The auction started, and it got up to a certain point, and I thought, man, do I do this or do I not do this? And I'm nervous. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm 27 years old. Man, I've got to roll the dice and go for it, or I'll never have anything in my entire life. And so finally it got down to me and Ralph Friedman. I would bid, he would bid. I would bid, and then he would bid. And I thought, somebody told me a little trick, I'm going to try it. So I bumped it $5,000, and I was like shaking in my boots. Well, it worked, and he didn't buy it. And he walked up to me after the auction, and he said, hi, I'm Ralph Friedman. I said, I know who you are, Mr. Friedman. Everybody knows who you are. And he said, I want to shake the hand of a fool. And I looked at him. It took me back. I said, what do you mean, shake the hand of a fool? He goes, anybody pay that much for that building? And I said, Mr. Friedman, I only bid $5,000 more than you. It got down to me and you. And he said, do you really think that you're going to make any money on this building? And I was a little more cocky and arrogant at the time. And I looked at him and I said, well, one thing's for sure. I've got a chance and you don't. And I turned around and walked off. Well, he didn't know what to say, and I felt kind of bad. He was older than me, and I probably shouldn't have said that. But let me give you a little fast forward. So I'll be 60 on my next birthday. I still own that building, and it's worth 6 times what I paid for it 30 years ago. Did I take a risk at the time? Absolutely, I took a risk at the time. Did it pay off? 100%. Listen, guys, there's things in our life that we're going to do. Not all of them are going to hit. Not every single real estate you do is going to hit. But if you're afraid and you're not making any chance whatsoever for you to get ahead, I mean, you're just going to live life in mediocrity. And I don't want to do that. I want to excel in life. I want to be adventuresome. I want to go places I've never been. I want to try things I've never tried. Never do I want to put Robin or my girls or my grandkids at risk of losing everything. That's not what I'm suggesting. But there is a certain amount of risk that you've got to take in order to be successful in life. And I just want to encourage you to consider the things that you're faced with right now. The things that you're faced with in life. Is there a risk? Maybe. Is it going to sting? Maybe. It's not going to knock you out of the saddle. You're not going to die. You're going to get an opportunity to maybe do something else again. But I just want to tell you today, take a little bit of a risk and go out there and try something new, or really double down on what you're doing today. The dividends are huge. And I just want to encourage you today to think through that. Many of you have watched us from afar. Many of you are involved in our community. Well, we created the Mastermind Playbook. It's something to help people start, grow, and scale their own mastermind. And you're like, Big A, why would you encourage me to do that and you'll be competing with yourself? You know, it seems like to me that once we've experienced it and then we've scaled it and now we teach it, and the more we teach it, the more people come and join the mastermind that we've got at Iron Sharpens Iron. I don't know why that is. It just works that way. We want to teach you, though, to do it as well. Many podcast hosts and many thought leaders around the world and many coaches around the world have contacted us and said, we're watching what you're doing. Would you coach me to do it? And I did. And they paid me ridiculous amounts of money to teach them to do what we do. Brooke walked in my office, the COO, one day, and she said, why don't you create a playbook? Let's teach other people to do what we're doing. And we did. And I want to tell you, it's been a hit. Unbelievable, the success that we've had with this product, teaching other people to do it. Listen, this is not hypotheses. This is actuality. We have social proof that what we do works. And I want to teach you to do it also. We're having a webinar tomorrow at 11 o'clock. There's a link below if you're interested in learning more about masterminds. I just encourage you to join us for an hour. That's all I'm going to take is 1 hour, and we're going to share immense value. There's going to be some bonuses that we're going to give away just for attending. And if you are a coach or a thought leader or a podcast host or somebody that wants to lead a mastermind group that is independent of what you're doing now, or you want to incorporate that with what you're doing now. A lot of industry-specific masterminds are out there today. Listen, it gives you more credibility when you've got a mastermind group and you're teaching people to do what you're doing, or you're getting people together to help them grow personally and professionally and even spiritually in many cases. It's just a great program, and it's proven. Inc. magazine reached out to us and did a full-page story on it. Dave Ramsey's endorsed it. Ray Edwards has endorsed it. John Lee Dumas. I can't tell you how many people have endorsed this product, and they wouldn't be doing that if it didn't work. And I just want to encourage you today to take a risk. Just spend 1 hour. Just go out there and see if there's any way that this is something that is for you. Listen, the income is amazing. I just want to tell you, I don't mind telling you. I mean, the amount of time that you put in for the income that you're going to get, you're going to be like, man, why didn't I do this years ago? Well, the reason most people didn't do it years ago is because they didn't have the framework. They didn't know how to recruit people. They didn't know how to onboard and enlist them. They didn't know how to go through the accountability tool and the man in the middle. We've created the content for 2.5 years. The books, the themes, the titles, the reading assignments, we give you everything to run your mastermind group. You could have never heard of a mastermind group, and you could go through this mastermind playbook and you could create your own mastermind. Now, it's not just a course. This is a business in a box. This is something that works you through every step of the way to start, grow, and scale your own mastermind. Not only that, but I hold your hand for 3 months. Me personally, I'll walk you through this for 3 months to make sure that you're successful. Listen, just take an hour. Just click on the link below. It's free. There's no charge for coming to the webinar tomorrow at 11 o'clock. And I think it will pay you huge dividends if you'll come. If you have any interest whatsoever in starting your own mastermind, you will not want to miss tomorrow. Hope you guys have a great day. I'm Big A, coming to you live from the Station Camp Greenway. Have a great day.